All right, so we are here and we are ready to publish. Okay, so we've taken care of our title. We've gone over the blog and linking, and we've got our images. We set our feature image, tags, categories, all that fun stuff. Just a quick word about drafts. So throughout these videos, I've been showing you how to save drafts. You might be asking yourself, well, if I save a draft and I log off, how do I find where that draft is? It's pretty simple. Again, you just go to the dashboard, and when you're in the dashboard, you just click All Posts. All posts will always show you all the posts that all the students have written for our blog site, and then you just find yours, the one that you have a draft of, and then you just click edit. And then that's it. You would just go back and continue editing. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that when you click on all posts, I'm in last year's blog site, you'll see every student's blog post here. This isn't, of course, where you would go to read the blog posts because you want to read them just on that front pretty page, but this is the behind the scenes stuff again. So you'll see every student's blog post. You cannot edit anyone else's blog posts, and no one else can edit yours. It's sorted by author, so if I just want to see all of Nick's blog posts, I can see all of his. And you can see Nick had multiple drafts here, so there were a bunch that he probably had some great ideas for and just didn't get around to all of them, so he just saved a bunch of drafts and he might go back to them later at some point. He can only edit his, all right? I just want to make that clear. He can't, let me go back, he can't go and click on Laura's and click edit. Now it says that right now he can't, well, not he can, but I can because, I'm logged in as me, and I'm the administrator on the site. But if you were logged in as you or Nick was logged in as himself, he would not be able to click on this and he would not have this edit option. So just so you know, your drafts are safe. The only person who can see any of your drafts is me. So that's just a little side note. So ready to publish. So you take a look here. I always preview before I publish just to make sure everything looks the way I want it to look. So I take a look through, okay, preview, looks good. Then I come back here and then you can go ahead and just click publish. Now there's a couple options here. You can publish right now immediately, so you just publish right now. This might say immediately. Where it says visibility public, this just means public on our blog site. This doesn't mean public like so that everyone can read it. It's just public to whoever can see our blog site. So really, it's still private given our the way our blog site is set up. And you can see what this status is right here. Let's say I want to publish it like 2 days from now. Today is the 25th, but let's say my blog post isn't due until the 27th or 28th, and I want to wait a little bit, so I can click OK. So you can do lots of blog posts ahead of time and then just like schedule them to just publish on the days that they're due, and then you click OK. And then once you do that, if it's a future date, they go ahead, they give this option, that publish button becomes schedule. So then you can just click schedule here instead. Now, with this option, you also have the ability to do backdate things. So today's the 25th, but I could pretend that I posted it on the 22nd and click OK, and then click publish. And then you'll be like, oh, but I published it on the 22nd. That's if you're trying to be sneaky because you knew your blog post was late and you wanted to pretend that you did it on time. There's a couple problems with this. First, it's kind of dishonest. And second, I can tell, as the administrator on the site, I can tell when you were working on the post. I can see when you made edits, and I can see that you backdated it. So don't be that kid that I have to sit, take aside and talk to and stuff like that. If you're posting late, you're posting late. It's fine. All right. Just be honest about it. Okay. So you can go ahead and I'll change this back to current time, and you can go ahead and publish it. And then once you publish it, you'll get, it'll look like this. There'll be a little sidebar here that says, congratulations, you've published your first post or however many. And then some other things here. If you see a mistake that you made right away, you're like, oh my gosh, I made that mistake and I didn't see it. You can, click edit post here. I've done that a few times. Or you can get right to the next blog post and click new post. You can also just take this out because I kind of find this annoying and just X that out. So you can see the whole site. So it fills the screen. But let's say you do that and you're in this screen and you're reading it over and you say, oh, I misspelled something. You can always edit here. Okay, there's always this little option for editing, shortcut for editing here. Now, when you click that, you're going to notice that it'll take you to a different type of interface. If you remember before, I talked to you about how there are different ways of getting to adding a blog. So you could add a blog here by clicking this add button or through the dashboard. We were going through the dashboard, but there's also this add button here. Now, when I click this edit button from within our main page, it takes me to this different interface. That's what that blog ad was. Okay, that's what this was. Whoops. That's what this is, okay? So if I click add here, for example, it will take me to this blue interface, which is just a different way of adding a blog post, right? So you can choose to use either one. As you can see here, it's got the same kind of options about tags, categories, featured images, etc. But you're not behind the scenes. You're simply in a blog posting interface, not behind the scenes. So sometimes you can use this if you find this easier, but sometimes you can just, of course, always go back to the main page and just go to the admin site. Okay, and then you're all set. You've published your first post. If you go to the main page, you can see that it's there, and you can see that the feature image is there with your title and everything else. So congratulations, happy blogging.